What is up, y'all? Do not pay attention to how busted I look today. I just did not want to put on any makeup. I didn't feel like really doing anything. If I'm keeping it real with you guys, I'm like, this daily upload thing is kind of, it's a little bit challenging if I'm being honest with you. Not that it's like so much work. It's just like, what the hell do you talk about? And then on top of that too, I find myself filming like every other day. As to where I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, I like to like pre-film my videos for the week. So sometimes I'll film like 2 to 3 videos like back to back. And then for right now example, I was like, I have absolutely nothing to go up tomorrow. So I was like, let me scour the internet. There's really nothing to talk about. So within today's video, we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, specifically Kenya Moore. Which, y'all, if you guys did not know this, I'm a huge fan of the Real Housewives. I haven't watched Atlanta, and I'm being so serious, since Nene Leakes left. So it's been that long. But I do have to say, I have seen several clips before, and I feel like Kenya was really the one carrying the show. Correct me if I'm wrong. But just that I've seen from the clips, I'm just kind of like, okay, after that. I'm going to be real with you. I know Kandi Burruss, supposedly she's like the highest paid like Real Housewife. And I think that she's actually done now. She announced that she's leaving. I think I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. But I even feel like Kandi's like low-key a little bit boring too, in my personal opinion. I feel like the Real Housewife franchise, every single city needs a Lisa Rinna. You know what I mean? Like somebody to stir the pot, and I really do feel like Kenya Moore is really good at being shady, and I feel like she's good at being petty, and it makes for good TV. A lot of the audience will not typically like these people, like Lisa Rinna, for example. A lot of people hate Lisa Rinna, and I'm like, I feel like Beverly Hills is so damn boring without Lisa Rinna. I really do feel that Bravo made a huge mistake by getting rid of her. I just don't understand why they would get rid of her, because she made that show so entertaining. And look, I totally understand how like viewers will hate her, because they'll be like, oh my god, she's so messy, she stirs the pot. But I'm like, every reality TV show needs that. Like, y'all, I've said this before time and time again, and I stand by this. If I went on a reality show, y'all will see like such a different side of me. Like, you guys will be like, damn, he's messy as hell. Exactly right, because I'm trying to secure my spot on the show. I know that if I'm like boring, like, then I'm not going to be on the show. Do you know what I mean? So of course I'm going to be stirring the pot, and of course I'm going to be like, oh, I heard that Francesca had said this about you behind your back. You should confront her. Best believe I'd be doing that, because obviously you're on a reality TV show. You got to keep the audience entertained. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, I just saw, while scouring the internet for looking for something to talk about today, I saw that Kenya Moore has got the boot from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all. I just really feel like I want to know who's doing the casting these days, because in my honest opinion, it doesn't seem like they're really doing a good job in all of the franchise. I just feel like, I don't know, they need a whole new, I don't know, they need a whole new team to get the casting together. Because, for example, I only watched Utah for the first time because I forgot her name. Oh my gosh, I literally forgot her name. The girl who like made the Instagram account and like was talking trash about the other castmates. I really do feel like they messed up by not inviting her back onto Utah as well. I feel like, look, was that, immature? Was that petty? Was that shady? Yeah, would I feel violated if I considered this person to be my friend and she was like low-key leaking stuff on this social media platform and kind of like, being a mole, let's just say? Yeah, I would feel some type of way, but also at the same time too, I'd be like, oh, she made for good TV. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like, I don't know what's going on with the Real Housewives and Bravo specifically, but I don't know, it's getting a little bit boring, and I think that they need to shake things up, and they're not doing the right moves. Like, I feel like I would have kept that girl on Utah. I completely forgot her name. First of all, I feel like Nene Leakes should have, like, I don't know. I feel like they should have. Nene Leakes to me was like, oh, that is like, I feel like she made the Real Housewives, if I'm keeping it real with you guys. Actually, I want to say, like, that's the whole reason why I started watching Real Housewives, is because of Nene Leakes. So I'm just kind of like, damn, but now I know that she can't even go back on Bravo because, she's like suing them and whatnot. But I did see that she has a new show coming out on, I want to say it's like TLC or something like that, which is like a dating show, which I don't think I'll be watching that. I love Nene, I really do, but I'm just like, no, I want to see her in the reality TV aspect. I don't want to see her as like a dating coach, and that's the vibes that I'm getting. I don't think the trailer has been released yet, but that's the kind of like the vibes that I'm getting. Any which ways, I am rambling way too much. I'm sorry, y'all know I love Real Housewives, I love RuPaul's Drag Race, I love 90 Day Fiancé. So when it comes down to talking about any of these topics, I will literally sit here and talk about them for hours on end, just because they're my favorite TV shows. So letting you guys know that. Anyways, let me get a drink. Let's go ahead and get into this and talk about why Kenya Moore is getting the boot from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I am so sorry, but before we get into the Kenya Moore situation, I do want to talk about Real Housewives of New Jersey for just 1 minute, because I have not watched that show in so long. Only because, if I'm keeping it real with you guys, I feel like Teresa and Melissa's drama, I was like, I'm so over this. Can you guys get a new storyline? Like, oh my gosh, I feel like for years now it's about them feuding, and I just feel like I'm so over that. Like, damn, they just needed to shake that cast up too. Well, I just watched the latest episode. I haven't watched the full season, but just because I saw the clips online and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to check this out. I don't even know the two girls' names, so I'm gonna say the blonde and the brunette. I watched the episode and I just have to say, there's this whole side of the internet that is saying, like, oh my gosh, you should never put hands on somebody. She didn't deserve to get hit like that. The blonde girl hit the brunette girl hard as hell. And I was like, are we watching the same show? If I was the blonde girl, I would have hit her too. Like that girl, the brunette girl, like literally pushed her, like shoved her. You best believe if somebody pushes me like that, I'm swinging. Like I don't understand this side of the internet that's like, she didn't deserve to get hit. She literally pushed her hard as hell. I'm like, yes, she did. If you put your hands on somebody else, you're hello, normal reaction to defend yourself. So I don't know if I'm just on like the wrong side of TikTok right now, but it really does seem like the people are saying like, oh my gosh, she really hit the brunette girl so hard and she didn't deserve that. And I'm like, yeah, let somebody push you like that. Are you just gonna sit there and take it? I'm so confused by that. But I do have to say, low key, it made me watch the episode because I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen like a brawl on Real Housewives in a hot minute. And by the way, I saw Andy Cohen saying that they're not going to be having a reunion for New Jersey. Sometimes I won't even watch the full season and I'll just tune in just to watch the reunions. And I'm just like, why would you not do that for New Jersey? I don't understand. Anyways, I'm going to be reading an article from TMZ because this is where I saw about Kenya Moore getting the boot from Bravo. Now, there is two different articles about this, but I specifically want to read this one right here with Brandy Glanville because, first of all, that's another cast member that I know a lot of people hated because she was messy on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I really do feel like she made for good TV, y'all. She was entertaining. Low-key, she was funny. Yes, she was a mess, okay? She really was a mess, but I felt like she made for good TV. Well, she's out here defending Kenya Moore now, and I think that she's part of the lawsuit against Bravo, too. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that are, like, suing Bravo right now, and I think that she's part of it, so I wanted to read this article because I thought it was a little bit more messy. So this is what it says right here. Brandy Glanville is coming to Kenya Moore's defense after the Real Housewives of Atlanta star exited season 16 of the Bravo series following misconduct claims involving posters of a cast member allegedly performing oral sex, pointing the guilty finger at producers for the drama. Brandy, who previously accused Bravo's Andy Cohen of harassment, took to X, I hate saying X, like I just want to call it Twitter, Wednesday evening and called out the drama unfolding on the network, including physical fighting between co-stars on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. She then touched on Kenya's suspension and subsequent exit from the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, which occurred after Kenya Moore allegedly showed sexually, you know what I'm saying, explicit images of newcomer Brittany Eady. Don't even know who that is. Brandy sounded off, and then this is what she said right here in her tweets. She said, women are physically fighting on Real Housewives of New Jersey, and that seems to be okay with producers. Where is HR now? Also, I'm pretty sure producers push Kenya to show that video. They know what is going to happen before it does, just like they all knew of Taylor's physical abuse as it was happening. She was on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, who, oh my gosh, her husband... Never mind, I'll shut up. If you guys watch, you guys know what I'm talking about. Create the villain, enable the villain, praise the villain, then push the villain for being a villain. I kind of agree with her. I feel like the producers obviously, say for example, if they knew that Kenya Moore had this video, you know, that was floating around the internet of a fellow co-star, and, you know, they knew that Kenya had it, I'm sure the producers are like, oh, you should show it on TV because people want that messiness. So it's just kind of like, how are you going to get mad at her when you guys are the ones, you know, pushing her to do that? But that just shows you a lot of these producers and a lot of these production companies don't care about the people. They want the storyline and that's just it. But I think that's stupid because, yes, I understand as producers, you do have to stir the pot a little bit to obviously create a storyline and to get the viewers engaged in watching the show. I completely get that. But when it comes down to things like this, to where you can get the boot from the show, that's kind of stupid. Like, I wouldn't do things like that because obviously the producers would know this is going to get her fired. Anyways, as she continued, the former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills stars accused producers of knowing another Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alumni, Taylor. Let's not talk about that one because I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. Anyways, moving on. Some have called Brandy out for being hypocritical, pointing to her slap of Lisa Vanderpump on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills as an example. Which, by the way, when I first saw that too, I was like, oh hell no. I feel like if Lisa Vanderpump was like from America, I feel like she would have thrown it down. Like, honestly, because when Brandy like slapped her, I understand that in her head she thought she was like being playful, but I'm like, no, don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm surprised because Lisa Vanderpump, if I were her, I would have threw hands. Anyways, Brandy has doubled down on her stance, however, saying her incident wasn't the same as she wasn't trying to hurt LVP. Brandy's defense comes to after TMZ broke the story where we confirmed Kenya was weighing all her options after tension with Bravo over her suspension and exit. Those sources tell us she wasn't fired as Bravo is holding the door open for a possible return. I'm so confused by this because from what I've read so far, it seems very conflicting. It seems like she is getting the boot, so I'm kind of lost. Kenya is focusing on her daughter following the drama, saying as much in her first statement on the matter Wednesday. As the reality star put it, she and her daughter will continue to thrive in a non-toxic environment where we feel appreciated and, mostly important, protected. Ironically, Kenya and Brandy famously butted heads during their 2014 appearance on Celebrity Apprentice, but as the saying goes, the enemy of the enemy, oh my gosh, I read that all wrong. But as the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's pretty much it right there, y'all. And I just have to say, first of all, it really does seem like Bravo is giving her the boot, obviously, because of this. But I feel like if they do end up doing that, I just feel like that's dumb. I feel like she makes for good TV. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I kind of don't like Kenya. She just seems, I don't know. She seems fake to me, but she knows what she's doing. She seems very smart. Like, she knows how to play the reality TV game. And I think that they would be making a stupid decision if they do decide to get rid of her. Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. Also, let me know if you guys want real more Housewives content because y'all know I am down to talk about it. Like, I love the Housewives. Y'all, I literally got into like the biggest tongue twister right there. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.